Welcome students. Today from chapter 3 operating systems. This is the first part of the video lecture from the chapter 3, and today from this chapter these following topics are we are going to cover it. Introduction, need for an operating system, then functions of operating system, what is the functions of those operating systems, then types of operating systems, commonly used operating system, which operating systems are commonly used, and then after that mobile operating systems, introduction to Windows 7, the computer, the recycle bin, moving icons on the desktop, running an application on the desktop, how we can run an application on the desktop, and basic components of a GUI. These following topics today we are going to cover. So without delay, let's start the class. So first of all, introduction. An operating system is the basic software that controls the computer. It serves as the interface between the user and the computer. MS, DOS, Macintosh operating system, Unix, Linux, Windows 7, and Windows 8, Windows 10, 11 are some examples of operating system. So mainly, operating system is why it is the basic software for what purpose? To control the computer actually. So mainly, operating systems is using for what purpose? It is the basic software to control the computer. It serves the interface between what? The user. User means who is using the computer, and the between the user and the computer. So Windows computer is a machine. To operate that by user, we need an operating system. So operating system is helping for what? To control the computer. So after this, the need for an operating system. Now, why you need for an operating system? To operate the computer. So an operating system is basically required for the following purposes. First of all, for controlling the hardware software resources of the computer. In the computer is a machine, it is a hardware only, and inside we are installing many softwares for the user's purpose only. So to control the hardware software resources on the computer, now we need an operating system. And for providing a consistent application interface, which ensures that an application made by a programmer, it means simply it is used for what purpose? Mainly a computer operating system is such a way a programmer has made so that in any other operating system also it will work it. It will work it. Might be the different configuration is there, different like storage space and the memories might be different, even though this operating system will work in another system. The functions of an operating system. What is the functions of an operating system? So in the functions of an operating system, there are four main functions of an operating system. So processor management. The operating system keeps track of processor CPU sharing by considering whether the processor is busy or not. The processor management means was inside the CPU, the main brain of the computer, the CPU. Inside the processor, is it busy, or if it is busy, then which process is using it, and it decides which job you should use the processor for how long, and after completion of that decided job and all, it allocates it after the use. So the processor mainly it is checking that the process is busy or not. Then if it is busy, then which process is using, then it is using for how long. Then after completion of the job, it will allocate it. Then after processor management, memory management. The memory management mainly for our purpose is determining which memory location is in use. That means memory management will check which memory location is in use and which is free. Okay, then which job should get memory and for how much time. For that purpose, almost like the processor, processor is busy or not, that is checking and which process is using it, then how long, then after completion, is allocate, like say memory also using the location, and memory location is using or not, and which is free, and which job should get memory and for how much time it is using, those things are. And after processor management and memory management, now the next is file management. It keeps a track of which files are in use. The file management is what? The simple way to understand is that the files are there in file and folder. Which files are in use and by which job it is using. The files and their naming, the files, which file. That means their name of the files are there, the particular files are using, the particular folders are using. Deletion, you want to do deletion, or also can do it, and create also. If file you can create it, directory you can create it, directory you can, structure you can see. Directory means what? Folder. Folder structure you can see it. So these are the simple things using by the computer file management. But if you see, I am talking about a particular file and or folder, or directory. But you see, multitasking you can do it. Many files you can open it simultaneously. Those things, how the processor, then the memory management, the file management is completing. And after this, you see the device management. What it was? It managed the input and output devices. So that means we are giving the input, by the keyboard or mouse or it will give the input and output also after processing in the CPU. It will give the output on the screen, which will display on the monitor. It decides which job should use the device and for how long. Namely, device manager what will do? It devices what? For various other peripheral devices and keep track of which is in use and which job. Device management, which device is using for what job it is using. Like a keyboard is using for typing and all as an input device. As a mouse also using for moving the mouse, clicking, selecting and all. Printers, scanner is using for scanning. So the device, which device is using for what purpose, for which job is using, those things are controlled by the device management. So these are the four things, the four main functions of an operating system. So now types of an operating systems. So the different types of operating system are as follows. The first is interactive GUI based. Interactive GUI based is what? It is a graphical user interface. Graphical user is what? User friendly, as command cannot be entered by clicking or double clicking, right clicking a mouse. Windows operating system is an example of interactive operating system. So the operating system which you are using in the computer commonly, those are interactive operating system, GUI, graphical user interface. Next is real time. Real time operating systems is a computing environment that reacts to input within a specific time period. It is used mainly in robots for complex animation purpose. Governments are using those things. Windows C and Linux operating system. These operating systems are real-time operating systems. So real-time operating systems are using for specifically for robots, complex animation, and government also using these things. Then distributed. A distributed operating system is a control program that runs on a set of computers that are interconnected by a network. The control program combines the different computers into a single integrated computer and storage location. Windows, Unix, Linux are some examples of distributed operating system. Distributed operating system was like from one computer to another computer, through the interconnected through or by a network. You can use it. You can have one CPU, good conversion CPU, and same CPU can use for another device also. Like from the same CPU you can use as a multi-user. So for that purpose, distributed operating system. So Windows also having distributed operating system, Unix also having, Linux also having. So these are the operating systems are using So these are the following types of operating systems: interactive, graphic user interface, which are most commonly used by every user, and real time is using mainly using robot, complex animation, government also using, and distributed system for networking computing device for that purpose. Okay, after that, commonly used operating systems. Now, commonly used among these different types of operating systems. Commonly used operating systems are: first one is Unix. Unix was developed by a small group of programs at AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1969. It is a multi-user operating system popular due to its flexibility and versatility. It was originally written in assembly language but was rewritten in C language in 1973. Thus, the operating system could be installed on any computer that has a C compiler. So, Unix operating system, it was developed by whom? Developed by AT&T Bell. Okay, Bell Laboratories in 1969. Okay, so this is a multi-user operating system. Multi-user operating system means what? From one system, multi-user operating system, from one system you can distribute to other system. And later on what happened? They have written in C language, so that what operating system could be installed on any computer that has a C compiler. So any computer you can install it. So they have rewritten in C language in 1973. Okay. After this, Linux. It is a Unix-like operating system only, like Unix-like operating system designed for what purpose? Personal computers only. It is free and an open source, can be modified and redistributed software. The development of the Linux kernel, the core part of the operating system, was completed by Linus Torvalds in 1991. So, mostly commonly used operating system users known as Windows. Unix and Linux people are not using much because of that. People are not familiar. So, as I said, Windows now. So Windows, it is an operating system developed by whom? Microsoft. Microsoft, most of you know already. Some of the well-known versions of operating system, the Windows include Windows 98, which already absolute Windows NT is new technology, Windows 10, 2000, Windows C using mobile computers, and Windows XP already absolute now, and Windows 7. Now Windows 7 also they stopped already, no more new updatation. Now Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11 also you can use it. So commonly used, mainly popular is Windows. Linux is using in China. It is in China people are not using Linux mainly. Even in India also Linux also using. Windows also using. So Unix, Linux, Windows. After Windows, another is Solaris. It is a Unix operating system only, originally developed by Sun Microsystems, known as Oracle Corporation after Oracle's acquisition of Sun in January 2010. So Solaris was an operating system to operate the computer. Who developed? Sun Microsystems, known as Oracle Corporation. Okay. Then BOSS, Bharat Operating System Solutions, which is developed in India. It is a GNU Linux distribution developed by SEBA, Chennai, to facilitate the use of free open source software throughout India. It has a desktop environment and includes support for Indian languages and other packages that are relevant in the Indian government structure. BOSS has been particularly tailored for use in educational domains, schools and colleges. BOSS operating systems particularly tailored for use in educational domain, schools and colleges. No? Okay, so Bharat Operating System, BOS full form is Bharat Operating System Solutions. Okay, it was developed by SEBA in Chennai. Okay, so commonly used operating systems from the Unix, Linux, Windows, Solaris, BOS operating system. So, but commonly popularly used Windows the topic. Now, mobile operating systems. The two common operating systems that are used in mobile phones are discussed below. Before I display it, already most of you know which are the operating system. Guess it? Android and Windows. So Android. First one is Android. Mobile is also a machine only. As like a computer is a machine, no? To operate that you need an operating system. Like same, mobile also a machine. To operate, how to operate that machine, no mobile operating system is required. So Android is a mobile operating system to operate a mobile. This operating system used in mobile phones and tablets. It is owned and maintained by whom? Google and C. Some mobile phones having Android operating system are Sony Ericsson, Xperia, LG, HTC, Wildfire, etc. No? Nowadays, Oppo, Samsung, many companies, mobiles are there, no? Using mobile operating system only. Android. This operating system comes in different versions, no? Many versions. Here 2.0, 3.0, nowadays 8.1, 10, 11, no? Android 11 also there. So after Android, Windows also they have launched the operating system, mobile operating system. It is a family of operating system developed by whom? Microsoft for smartphones and pocket PCs in February 2010. So Microsoft announced the Windows Phone, the successor in Windows Mobile. Windows 8.1 is the latest release of this operating system. So Windows operating system, so hope you know already. Microsoft Windows Mobile is there, no? Windows operating systems is the mobile Windows operating system. Okay, so mobile operating system mainly to Android and Windows. Now, as I said, Windows is a popular operating system using by the users. So Windows 7 is an operating system developed by whom? By Microsoft and released in October 2009 for use on personal computers only. It is simpler and easier to use compared to its predecessors. Let us start by reviewing its basic features. So Windows operating system here using Windows 7. Windows 7. Nowadays Windows 10, 11 are using Windows 7. So it is released in October 2009. No? It is simpler and easier for the user, so that the user can easily use or operate the computer, use the computer. So features: the first screen that appears on the monitor after Windows 7 loads, no, is called the desktop. From the desktop, the user will easily access different components of Windows 7, which are, you can see, this is the one. This is when you will turn on the computer now. This is the Windows 7 operating system which will display on the screen. Okay. By default, Windows 7 has a picture called wallpaper for the desktop background and all. You can change it, no? Which can change by the user. The background, which is the this is the background of the Windows. By default, it is given, and user you can change it now. And you will find some small images on the desktop. This represents files, folders, applicants, etc. No, and which are called icons. Some special icons are computer and recycle book, which you can see on the picture, which are over here. First of all, start button. Which is start button? You can see it will show with the arrow sign. This is called the start button. Okay, this is the start button. Okay. The next is taskbar. Which is called taskbar? This is the one with the whole ribbon. This is called the taskbar. This is the one, right? Then desktop, which is called desktop, this whole background is called the desktop. Okay, this whole background is called desktop. All right. And next is icons. Which are the icons? As I have read on the definition, no? Which are the called icons? These are the icons. You see, these are the icons. Okay, and these are called folders. Okay, these are not icons. Icons, you can see the small arrow sign is there. No, those are called icons. Okay, I'll show you again. You see, icons. Okay. Okay, next is computer. After that, computer. The computer icon provides access to all drives, files and folders on the computer. If you double click this icon, a window similar to the one shown in figure 3.2 is displayed. Okay, which is the computer? I'll show you on the screen. Okay, here this is the icon. Okay, this is computer. When we open this icon, no, it will show like this. When you open that icon, it will show like this. Okay, and here removable disk drive, which is called, this is called the removable disk drive. Okay, and hard disk drive partitions, which are the one, these are the one. Okay, these are the partitions. You can see. Okay, I'll show you again. Okay, these are the partitions of the hard disk. When you open the computer, this will display. Okay. So to see the contents of any item, that is a particular hard disk drive partition, double click on it. So if you want to see then this drive, now you just double click it or right click and click on OK. Okay. So after computer, next is recycle bin. The recycle bin temporarily store files or folders deleted by the user, making it possible to retrieve files and folders deleted by mistake. It's simply any files or folder, when you delete it now, where it goes on recycle bin here. On the desktop, recycle bin icon is there it will go. And by mistake, if you delete also no problem, you can restore it, you can get it back also no problem. If you want to permanently delete, you can delete it. How you can delete it? See, just you right click on the recycle bin and click empty recycle bin. Okay, this we are going to be have on the next topic. Permanently delete or empty recycle bin. How you can permanently delete from the recycle bin? No? If you just simply delete, then you can go to the recycle bin. And if you want to permanently delete it, then you can delete it. How you can delete it, that we are going to know. Permanently delete or empty recycle bin. So to permanently delete the contents, right click the recycle bin icon and then click empty recycle bin. No? How? This is the recycle bin. There you right click it and click on empty recycle bin here. No? Empty recycle bin. Alright? Right. Then another way to empty the recycle bin is follow. Another way also you can empty it. How? Double click the recycle bin icon. No? Recycle bin icon. No? This is the one icon. No? This is the recycle bin icon. There you double click it. Then it will open. How it will open? Right? This will open like this. Okay, recycle bin. That windows will open like this. Alright? And there, how you can delete it? You see, click empty recycle bin. Or what you will do, to delete a single file or certain files, select the files and either press delete or click the delete option, the option of the drop-down menu. Okay? And to recover also, you can recover it. How you can recover it? That also I will show you now. Okay? How? You can see, if you want to delete or empty recycle bin, no? You see empty recycle bin, how? You just click on this empty recycle bin icon. Okay, this empty recycle bin icon. And if you want to restore this item, no? You just click on this, restore this item. Or what you will do, you know, on this or any particular file, no, maybe this or this or this or this, no. Let me show you on this. Here just you right click on the mouse, bring the cursor will show like this, no, arrow sign, right, bring the cursor on the file, just right click on the mouse, no, right click on the mouse, then you will see what you will see. Then this dialog box will appear, which is called pop-up menu will appear. From there just you click on restore, then it will be restored from the location from where you have deleted. Okay, so moving icons on the desktop. Now how you can move the icons on the desktop? As I shown, on the desktop icons are there, no folders icons are there, how you can move it. So you can move an icon on the desktop by pressing the left mouse button and dragging it also. By dragging it also you can move it, or if the icon comes back to the original place, it means the option auto arrange icon selected. Right click on the desktop, select view. How you can know it? You see. You can move through mouse also, or you can see if it is auto arrange. Auto arrange means original place. If it is coming, no, then you can see that it is auto arrange. How you can know? Right click on the desktop, then this auto arrange icon is selected. Okay, I'll show you practically. This is the icon. Okay, these are the icon. See, click and drag it anywhere you can move it. Okay, alright. Okay, if after moving, no, when you shut down and restart your computer, if you already moved the icon, that icon if it will go to the original place, no, then you make sure that it has selected the auto arrange. How you can know that? Go to view and this auto arrange icon is selected. Okay, I'll show you again. I'll move the cursor on the icon, I'll drag it, you see, I'm moving it, but it is going to the original place because it has selected the auto arrange. So I'll unselect it. What I'll do, I can click and drag to any places because auto arrange I have deselected. If I select the auto arrange, then you can see it will go to the original place. Okay, this way you can move the icon on the desktop. So after moving icon on the desktop, next is running an application on the desktop. How can run an application? For that, what you do, just to run an application on the desktop, just double click it, okay, or right click on there and click open. Okay. After the basic components of an GUI window, basic components of an GUI window. What are the basic components? Windows 7 opens all documents, applications, etc. in rectangular boxes called Windows, which gives the operating system its name. Like one shown in figure. This I'll show you the components of the typical Windows are shown in the figure. Okay, the components also will see which is the one. This is the one. Okay, when you open, you see computer open, the C drive open. From here, components. What are the components? We have to know the components of the Windows. Then only it will be easy to understand it. Okay, so you see address bar. Okay. Those things I'll show you. The first one is address bar. Second is frame. Then menu bar. Then toolbar. Then scroll bars. So address bar, frame, menu bars, toolbar, scroll bars. Many components are there. Address bar, which is called the address bar, horizontal bar located on top of the window. I'll show you on the figure. And frame, which is called the frame, which is called the menu bar, which is called the toolbar, which is called the scroll bar. Those things, let us see. Address bar, which is called address bar. This is called the address bar. Okay, this is the address bar. All right. Next is frame, as we have seen on the previous slide. No, this is the frame. This is called the frame. This whole one is called the frame. And vertical scroll bar. There are scroll bar, vertical and horizontal also. Okay, vertical scroll bar, which is the one, this is the one. This is, if you can drag it by clicking up, down, no, up and down. Next is horizontal scroll bar. This is the one, horizontal scroll bar. Okay, this one left and right, you can drag it and you can move it. Okay, and then minimize button, which is called the minimize button. Can you guess it? This minus sign. Okay, this is the one. And next is maximize button. This is the one, maximize. And close button. This is close. To close the window. Alright, to close this window, you click on close button. After that, search box, where you can search it. This is the one, search box. This page you can search. Sometimes what happened, your file, you kept in a place and you forgot in which place. So if you know the name of the file, just to type your file, then that will display on this dialog box. Okay, this is the status bar. Okay, which is the one here. You can see 13 items are there. Alright, so address bar, this is address bar, frame, vertical scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar, minimize button, maximize button, close button, then search box, and this is called status bar. Okay. After that, basic components of a GUI window. What is the basic components of a GUI window? And as I have already shown, status bar, status bar also, then minimize, maximize bar also. Again, I'll show you the minimize, maximize bar, which is the one. Okay, and these buttons, are typically located on the top of the corner on the right side. Minimize button reduces what window, how it works. Also, I'll show you. MSI button enlarge the window to fill the entire desktop. And maximize button, how it works. Also, I'll show you. And you can change the size of window also. Window size also you can check it. So first of all, the minimize, maximize, restore, close button already I shown in the previous slide. Now again we will see that this is the one, minimize and maximize button, close button, minimize, maximize, close button. Okay, and next is what? Next what they have shown, then the minimize button reduces the windows to a bottom. If you click on the minimize button, after clicking on the minimize button, okay, if you click on the minimize button, where it will go? That will go to where? On the taskbar. As I have shown the taskbar, there, it's like this it will show. Alright, if I click the PowerPoint on the minimize button, then it will display here. And how you can restore it? Just you click on here, Windows minimize S button on the taskbar. Okay, how you can restore it? To restore it, just you click on here, again it will display like this. Okay, when you click on the taskbar, when you click on minimize, then it will be minimized from the desktop. It will go here, and then if you click again there, practically I'll show you now. Alright, practically, and I'll show you. Then after that, resizing also I'll show you how you can resize it. This one I can make it big enough. I'll show you that. Okay. So first of all, I'll open the computer. Then this is the computer Windows open. Here I shown the already address bar, status bar, search button, minimize. Which is the minimize button? This is the one. I'll click here, then you see it goes here. Okay, so I'll click again here, and it will be maximized. Okay, when I click on minimize, it will go to the taskbar. Which is the taskbar? This is the one. Okay, this is the taskbar. Alright, so here again I'll click on computer, which I minimize it, again it will be maximized. Now you can resize it. Resizing is what? You can move also by clicking on the title bar. You can move like this. And you want to resize it, you just bring the cursor corner. The corner you can bring it and drag diagonally to the upside and downside. Then it will be resized like this. Okay, you can resize it one side also, up and down also you can resize it. No problem. This way you can minimize and then maximize, and you can resize in different way. Alright, understood, students? Okay. So today we have completed the topics, which are the one introduction we have completed, then need for an operating system, functions of operating system, types of operating system, no, and commonly used operating system, web operating system, creation to Windows, and about the computer, recycle bin, moving icon, how can move the icon, how can run an application on the desktop, basic components of GUI window, no. These topics we have completed today. Okay, so why you need for an operating system, no, how the computer operating system is functioning, different types of operating systems, which are the common use operating system, the mobile operating system which are used Android and Windows. No, we have learned in this first part of the video from chapter 3, introduction to Windows 7 copy recycle bin, how we can move the icons. No, if it is after moving, if it is going to the original size, then original place, then it has select the whatever it is. No, those things already apply. Okay, students. So today up to this. Thank you very much.